will be coaching next season. We're gonna get into all that, but first, let's play that intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on? We streaming this live on NBA Central and Chicago Bulls Central. You know why I'm streaming on Chicago Bulls Central? Because not enough of you motherfuckers are subscribed to NBA Central. So there you go. I'm telling you where y'all can find it at. I know y'all like basketball talk. Come and join us over here. I'm like Suge Knight right now, all in the videos. But
Hey,
that's
see,
Stevo.
that's why I'll be going live with this man. I don't know what he gonna say, and
Bro,
it
no,
just
once the areola joke came live on the Bears episode, all gloves were off at that point in
bro.
time. But
I'm
he,
glad I won there. God
bro,
knew not to put me on that live because I went back. It was like,
bro, I that
you just
bro, that was
pulled that
one that
lily
was
out your ass, literally.
that was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, Hayes, you took it too far this time, bro. You
Yeah,
took it way too
boy, I wish I would have called you like, bro.
far.
Come on, bro,
But
bro.
anyway, man, Ime Udoka has officially been hired by the Utah Rockets to be their next head coach. Now, I personally thought that a better opportunity was going to be the Toronto Raptors for him, just because of the length on that roster and kind of how that kind of overlap with what Boston had. But he gets to go to Houston, and I'll tell you what, he's probably going to have at least 3 to 5 years to really try to turn, because that team has no expectations. He gets to build and mold a young roster full of young players. Steve-O, how you feeling about Ime Udoka going to the
I mean,
Rockets?
yeah, like what you said coming in, saying like the Toronto. I think the Toronto decision was a now decision. Like he thinking on the current now, but when you just look at the like, it's almost like you getting keys to a whole program. Like he's basically got the keys to a future of a ton of talent that's young right now. So you got, bro, I like it. I really feel like he can put his imprint on things. They're such at a desperate state of where they're at right now that they're listening to him because he showed the work. He's shown that he come right in and finals. Like he's in the finals just like that. So
Well,
when you
go ahead. No, go ahead.
no go ahead.
Now I was gonna say because I had talked about this on the video, and this is not something that I'm saying like I'm sticking my damn, that was gonna be a weird analogy. It's not nothing that I'm sitting there holding to, but like because of Joe Mazzulla's ease of coming right in, not being a head coach anymore, and having basically the same success that Udoka had, at least up until now. Are you at all thinking and looking at this as is maybe Ime Udoka not, was it is his coaching or was it the roster?
I mean, yeah, but I think I have the confidence because the first thing I wanted to look at is when he got on. I was like, okay, I'm strictly paying attention to what Joel Madula is doing. I'm seeing anything different? Is he running anything different? And I feel like he runs it similar in a very similar way, but he puts his own spin onto things, and he likes certain things, and he goes towards certain things. Like he might favor a shot with Jalen Brown over a certain shot with like for example, like you don't see. I mean, he still does it to a T. Like Tatum still takes that elbow three a lot, but it's not as much as he used to. He likes him getting to the paint more. So it's a little subtle things differently. So I feel like yes, the roster. It's almost like a 50-50 thing. It's probably the roster, but I still feel like it was a lot of things. Like they are still like he. I feel like they pushed the way they play basketball hard. They run in the floor like that was all Ime. That was all Ime. Joe didn't have to. That's something he didn't have to come in with. He just they was already prepped. He knew he was right there with them when they made it. So it's like he knew what to do. So I feel like he coming right in with these young players. It's a black dude, bro. That he can get. He can really talk to these dudes. So and they'll listen. So are you frozen, my guy? Thought I was tweaking. I was like, bro, I was sitting here like, ain't no way this man that focused. Like he don't never be that focused. But yeah, I'm Hayes. I'm gonna need you to bag out this mug real quick. But yeah, man. I just me personally, I like the move because it's just like you getting the keys to a whole program. Basically, you getting he's gonna have the whole say or whatever is going on. He can say whatever he wants to do. These players are gonna come in and listen to him. the dude just took Tatum to a final. So why wouldn't just like think about what the roster that we have, bro. Like we look we I'm tweaking. Bro. I wish we had a roster like that. But look at the roster that they had. Jalen Green, the dude out of Auburn, Sangoon. Like they got a lot of bro. They got a whole heap of talent that they can play that he can have his hands on. Like he can really mold what he want this team to be. Now I don't know what Haize at. Hopefully he's coming back in, but probably one of the dogs kicked the cord on bro. But yeah, hey chat, I want to hear what y'all got to say about this for sure. We gonna wait for Haize to come back, but I want to hear what y'all feel about him going to the Houston Rockets though. All right, I'm gonna see what my boy Windy City Viz say. Ime signing with the Rockets is a development stage. It is, and it would really like Haize says. You know, he I won't say he's not confident, but I think Haize got questions just to see if Ime is really that coach he was made up to be. Like, because to be honest, yes, the roster was already there. It just needs some touching, so it need a little seasoning on it, and that's what Ime did. So yeah, it can be a development stage thing. I'm hoping that's what it is, but he got Haize back in the building. Hopefully he good. I don't know. Oh, well, shit. Yeah, he on the phone. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hear what else I gotta say. Who gives a fuck about the Rise? Give me a present. This man. I'm I don't even know why you said that, bro. You know, we stuck with Billy, bro. We stuck. Like Billy ain't going nowhere. He just not. Like we just gotta deal with it. Like as Bullet and as Bullet fans, we didn't deal with a lot of shit. So like this, I can deal. Let me not lie. I don't know if I can deal with it, but we ain't got no choice. Billy not going anywhere, man. We had no chance. Yeah, we had no chance, bro. Damn, I thought he was finna be out. Y'all wait. Y'all all honestly really believed that we was gonna look at bro, we didn't even call that man. We didn't have a meeting, a kind of meeting. We didn't have none of that. I promise you. We was not getting that man. Nick Nurse is still there. I will be very heavily interested in Nick Nurse. But we stuck with Billy, bro. We at least stuck with Billy for the next 2 to 3 years for sure. Dribbler thought the same thing on bro. Damn, shots fired out the gate. I subscribe my guy Seize Fire. He's talking about Seize Fire as Big Bro Kev come into the building.
What's good, Brody?
Bro, what it is. So first we just came in talking about how Ime is coming to the Rockets. Now, before I let you go, Haize, I won't say he's not confident in the move, but he has his questions. Like, you know, with Boston, he basically was handed that roster. Like it just needed its little seasonings, put a little touching in it, and being well coached. So
Right.
he don't know if it's Joe and looking at how Joe Mazzulla just came right out there doing it. It's like, is it really him? And me personally, I feel like it's a 50-50 thing. Like, cause you can still see a little bit of subtle differences between Joe and Ime's coaching tactics and everything. But how you feel about the situation?
I mean, I feel good about it for Ime. He's gonna get an opportunity to prove himself, and it's gonna come earlier than he probably would have anticipated. Because let's say they won the championship last year, everybody would be like, "Oh, he had a ready-made roster." They would have been giving him the Steve Kerr treatment, like when he won with Golden State. But I feel like it's an opportunity for him to prove himself as a coach and see if he got what it takes. I'm excited to see it because you know Houston about to have another top draft pick. They got a lot of young players out there. Let's see what he can do.
And I forgot to notice that he also Haize also felt like he would be more interested in the going to Toronto because of the way the roster is. But how you feel about that?
I thought that's where he was going.
Okay.
To Toronto, but hey, for whatever reason, not this time. I think he was excited about the youth though. What's going on, Haize?
What's going on, Big Kev?
Oh shit!
Stop touching shit. I got this. Stop touching shit.
Hey, I can't tell shit.
but no. To Kev's point is, I can't think where I was at before it went out. Like to me, I think going to Houston alleviates the win now of it all, right? You get to set
Facts.
down. Like, that's why I said they're going to give him 3 to 5 years. It's not the contract, but they're going to give him time to really see what he does with that roster. He gets, whereas he had Boston, but it's always going to be Celtics pride there over anything. Ime Udoka gets to go to the Houston and really sets his own really legacy in a way. Because if he can get those guys to win and sustain winning with that young core going for, keep in mind, they got what 3 draft picks and 2 or 3 draft picks just in this draft as well too. They're gonna be stacked up. So
yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Like I think he's in a situation where he can build something. If he goes to Toronto, Toronto wants to win right now. They're expected to do better than they did this season at least. So if he goes there, it's going to be interesting. But Houston is good for him. I'm excited to see what he can do with that young Houston roster.
Yeah. And I feel like the upside is just way better on the Houston side in terms of roster rise. Like you said, it's a win now situation, but like their roster ain't shit. Like if you just want to be honest with you, like it's just a bunch of heavy defending, long pause. It's just like they don't have first. They don't really have no legit all star. I mean, Pascal so.
Van
You
Vliet
don't
up
know.
out of there. I think he
I'm
about
about
to
to
be
say
gone.
you don't know what the future of Van Vliet. Hell, Gary can be gone. Trent can be gone. So like, I feel like they just in a weird situation. Like I feel like they should blow it up. To be honest, because it's just they're just not in a good that roster. There's nobody on that roster that you could be like, all right, let's completely build around him. Like you can say Pascal, but like I'm just, me personally. I mean, even though not to hate, Pascal has definitely improved. When
Mm-hmm.
he's a long way away from just coming up the court and getting the post position like he used to always do. He definitely has a somewhat of a bag now, but I feel like the Houston.
that family gone. He ain't trying to get that deal solidifying. He in these streets.
Bro.
Udoka's in these streets.
I can't never just be professional with y'all.
Oh Lord, our comment
I
section
just
be so lit.
I just can't never be professional. I just be wanting to just damn. But yeah, Houston though, that was the first thing I was like, you finna put him in Houston. That's like Atlanta. Don't do that.
BLJ the General, he says the Rockets got almost $50 million in salary cap this offseason.
Yes,
Gee.
but they have 14 guaranteed roster spots with 3 draft picks incoming. So while they have a lot of cap space, they don't have any roster spots. So they're going to have to either start cutting, letting some people go. Now I think they have 3 players on non-guaranteed deals going into next season, so that can open up 3 more roster spots. But yeah, they got money, but they don't have very many roster spots open at all on that team. So that's going to be the difference between them. Not to say that they can't free some up, because I mean, you look at the young talent here on Houston. I'm looking at a lot of these players. Like they got promise. They're still about 2 or 3 years off, but they got some promise there. So
Yeah, I just counted six
okay.
players. Like there's 6 players that could just like has a ton of potential, and I counted by 8 that can go to get the fuck on. So like, it really like you have a lot. You like I said, I feel like this situation compared to Toronto it's a higher ceiling to me.
Yeah.
And like you said, you got the leeway of the 4 to 5 years attached onto that. It's just
Yeah,
the best situation.
Yeah, they're not going to be coming in and trying to kill you. So they got 13 players. I was exaggerating. 13 players on guaranteed deals next season, and
Damn.
2 first-round picks coming in. You
Well,
can yeah. So that's
I'm about to say, yeah, you ain't picking up nobody.
yeah. They ain't picking up very many
Yeah.
people this year. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see.
That's tough.
That's
That's a weird situation to be in, Loki.
yeah,
What
to
on
have
Auntie
cap
Goon?
space and like how often does it happen that you have cap space, but you
That's what
have
I
too
was
much
saying.
cap space to fill your roster out? Like
That's bizarre.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
wild.
That never happened. I'm trying to think of a situation when that happened in this league.
Yeah, I don't think that's happened not very often.
Yeah.
But so when you look at the players on Houston Rockets, who do you think is going to benefit the most from Ime Udoka being on the roster? I'm looking at 2 players specifically.
Who is that?
I'm looking at Jabari Smith and Tari Eason.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even thinking that.
I'm
It's more than 2 for me.
no, it's more than 2. It's way
Right.
more than 2.
But you
I'm
saying the most?
the most, yeah.
I can I put 3? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I gotta
go
put
ahead.
3. It's Sangoon, Jabari, and Jalen.
I didn't even think about Sengun.
Sengun, bro.
You got
That
Sengun already a beast too. He going
if
Jesus.
if he get him like how he got well, he not gonna be like Time Lord ever with the effort.
Yeah.
That's just something he got. But if he just get a somewhat of a defensive presence about him and hustle to him, oh my lord.
Now
I
a
think
player
Jabari Smith definitely gonna benefit though. What is
for
he?
sure.
19,
Yeah.
20?
Yeah, they
Bro.
about to have Jabari Smith coming off the elbows, every rip, bro. Just watch out. He gonna get a nice little head of steam. But
Now, let me
ahead.
ask you this question though. So who you think? Because now with this, like seeing this past season, knowing how Ime likes to run things and how he kind of ran things in Boston, who you think he would favor as that guy? Because Jalen is the guy, but I can honestly see Ime come in and be like, Jabari, that dude, bro. Like I see it. Like you know what I mean?
They both still pretty young too. Like Jalen, what?
Yeah,
20,
but
21?
think about it. It's
21.
a similar situation where he just left for Boston.
Mhm.
They just younger.
I don't know. I
Not
think
similar in style. I'm just talking about situation.
I think
But
he's giving
Jabari didn't
Jabari the
really.
keys. I think he's
But
giving Jabari the keys.
how did
That's what
Jabari
I
look this
think.
season though?
Yeah.
How did he look this season?
Bro. The reason I'm saying that is because towards the end of the season, you saw a lot of the times when the game was in the hands of the Houston Rockets, Jabari had that ball.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just look at like don't get me wrong, he called plays for Jalen, but it's like the way he called plays for Jabari, it's almost like you could call like a pick and roll, like a certain like pick and pop, like you call a certain type of play, but he schemes it open to like the way he's positioned, he's always gonna be open. He gonna make that shot 9 times out of 10. So it's like I just see a little bit of like whoever say favoritism, they ain't real lying. Everybody has a favoritism in some form or fashion. I just feel like he might get the keys to Jabari.
Jabari would have to make a huge leap though. Like he got to make a 10-point leap to get to where Jalen is as far as scoring is concerned. Maybe they take a wait and see approach. I'm not sure if they're gonna give him the keys right away, especially considering that Jabari at least consistently is a 20-point scorer in his 2 seasons that he's played so far.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think Ime's going to get a lot out of that roster. I think that he's gonna set the foundation for them. I think they're going to be playing a lot better basketball. I think their length is going to be used better defensively as well. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch.
What you feel about that?
The defense?
No, the comment.
Jr.
Oh, they trying to force KPs. I mean, they have been, but keep in mind, like this may be the season they break that up, because wherever that draft pick falls at, they can go point guard and put KPJ more at his natural position, which I think is at shooting guard. So
that was his whole point. He's a natural shooting guard. I don't know. I mean,
in this day and age, really, you can play anybody, any guard. It depends on the style of basketball that you play, but I do think he's more of a shooting guard.
But the thing, you could do that, but I think some people hear things like that and be like, okay, let's put him at point. Like it just you can do it, but like he just never showed ever since high school. He never showed no type of playmaking at all. So it's like I don't know why you're trying to force him into something that he's never really been. Like it's a difference between like, oh, he played point guard. Like everybody played point guard in high school. Did you play the effective point guard? Like, did you play point guard how it's supposed to be played? Like, or was you that scorer? It's different. Like, so I just don't think
just because you brought the ball up the court don't make
bro. If that's the case, everybody a point guard.
Yeah. We'll see. Hey, Ime Udoka got his work cut out for him. I like this move. Sucks that he's not coming to the Bulls. We all knew we ain't changing coaches anytime.
I said where he was going. We didn't even call that mug. Like,
they not calling nobody on no coaches. They got their coach.
They have their man.
They have their guy. Like Phil Jackson and Pat Riley could do the fusion dance from DBZ. Call the Bulls and be like, "Hey, we want to come coach your team," and AK be like, "We good. Don't even worry about it."
How you gonna hear this on the background?
Not fusing.
Do you chew Bubblicious? No, I don't want you here.
God bless you, Hubba Bubba. Click.
Listen, We out, y'all. If y'all watching on the Chicago Bulls Central side, go and subscribe to NBA Central, man. That's all I can say on that one, man. We're going to go ahead and say sayonara on this one. I'm sure some other news will drop like crazy. Make sure you catch these two guys doing the prediction shows every morning. It's the first video dropped on NBA Central every day during these playoffs. So make sure you guys tune in to them for them on that. And then also check out Big Kev holding it down on Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central as well. And y'all know Stevo pops in and out of the whole Central family. That mug just pop up. He just is what he is, bro.
No,
But we
bro.
love you guys, man. We out this mug. Peace, y'all.